Hey guys, in this video I wanted to show you guys exactly how to play solo and trio tournaments to get the most points possible. If this video helps you out, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing for more, and comment down below any video ideas you want me to make in the future. Let's get right into it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look on the map and find a place that's kind of far from zone where I know I won't be heavily contested. So I think I'm going to land retail. Now it's very important that you look around to see if you're contested. And I don't think I'm really contested. I don't see, actually, I think that person's going lazy. I don't really see anyone contesting. Now because I'm not contested, I'm probably just going to want to play this game safe. Now normally you want to play your first game as a W key game, but let's just pretend you're not the best fighter and you're just going to play every game passive. Now a good way to see if there's people around you is just by getting a bounty. And so clearly there's someone in this vicinity, so there might be someone else at retail. You want to loot up as quickly as you possibly can and make sure all of your teammates have a shotgun and an AR and some heals. Remember, you can't be greedy with loot. You gotta share your stuff with your teammates so that you all have a fair shot in a fight. Now honestly, right when you land, one of the most important things is going to be farming. You're going to want to try and get like max mats no matter where you land, and sometimes that's not possible just based on the terrain, but here you could definitely get max mats if you really try. Now if you are contested, you're going to want to make sure you have shields and you have mats, and then is when you can start to push the fight. I want to see if I can find this bounty if he's in here so that I can show you guys. Okay, so I spotted the builds over there, so I think he's in that house or this house. Or I hear him actually in this house. So I want to try and get some tags before I push in. So as you can see, I just lasered him. And so normally, like, sometimes you might be playing trios, so you're going to want to make sure your teammates are all with you. But this looks like it's going to be an easy kill. Maybe not. Okay, so luckily we have a similar drop, so I'm just going to retry that. Okay, so I can see I'm contested, so I want to make sure that I'm good and looted up before I take that fight. Now, like I said before, this applies to trios. It works in solos and trios, or really any mode you're playing. You want to make sure you have plenty of mats, an AR, a shotgun, and shields, and plenty of meds to take the fight. Okay, so I have a shotgun AR, and I got an extra shield, and I even have some mobility right now, so I'm going to look to take this fight. Now remember, you want to try and get some shots off before you push into the fight. And honestly, this might be a good fight because I can just third party it. Okay, I got one. Now obviously these are bots, so they're not going to be good. Alright, so I just got those kills, and now it's time to heal up and think about the next part. So let's say your team kills one duo or even two duos. You're probably pretty good for Surge, so you can play out the rest of the game placement. Now because you're in retail, you have a pretty far rotate, so you're not going to want to take any mid-game fights unless it's like super free, because you don't want to really be taking any storm fights in tournaments. And I honestly consider a storm fight any fight that's like during the storm coming in, when you have to get to zone. Even if you're not in storm when the fight starts, you're probably going to be in the storm by the time the storm ends. So you're going to want to avoid those fights, especially in a tournament like FNCS where it's heavily placement based. Once again, you're going to want to make sure that you're farming up on mats, because you can definitely have, after that first fight, you can definitely get up to max mats. All you're really focusing on is making sure you have heals and mats and, you know, just positioning yourself in a good place to succeed. Now honestly, I've seen a lot of people try and recommend that you like take all sorts of weird angles on the zone, but honestly I just think you should try and avoid big POIs and just try and get to zone as fast as possible, because the longer you stay outside of the circle, the longer you have to get like third partied and targeted while you're getting trapped coming in. So you just want to be as fast as possible to rotate in. And I'm actually going to hold out my shockwaves just in this case, because if I start getting like targeted, I'm just gonna shockwave the zone, because if this were a tournament, I wouldn't want to get storm held. And see, like in cases like this, I can just shockwave away from those guys, because you pretend those are people. That's a whole trio. You don't want to fight them, you know, even though they're just bots. But as you can see, I'm almost to zone, and once I get to zone, I'm just gonna want to box up. Now a lot of the times, the first zone is gonna have sand in it, and honestly, it might be just smart to just sit in the sand. Now I'm going to quick grab this big pot. So now I'm just going to sit in the sand right here and just chill. Now as you can see, there's people all around me, so I'm not sure if I want to take these fights. Maybe I'll sand over to see if I can get a better angle on this kid. Okay, so this kid looks bad, so I might just take the fight. Alright, so yeah, free kill. Now this kid looks pretty bad too, so I might just take this kill too. But in an actual game, you're just going to want to stay in the sand, but just for my sand... I dropped my shotgun. Okay, that is definitely not something you want to do. Okay, I just got really lucky. I don't know how I survived that fight. That guy was just really bad. But you definitely don't want to drop your shotgun, guys. Okay, now you're in a situation where the zone pulled as far as it can possibly go. So you're just gonna want to beeline it to zone. You want to go like as fast as you can and get as far as you can. So I'm gonna take a hop rock here, and I am just going to grab this lever and just get going. Also, I'm gonna talk about shotguns in a later video, but my recommendation is to always carry a lever. Now, obviously, there's personal preference, but I think it just does the most damage on one shot. And so I think it's like the best thing to carry around. Now in this rotate, I want to see if there's any slurp trucks, because if there were, it could save me a lot. And I see this campfire, so I'm going to quickly stop just to get it, because I do have a little bit of time before the zone comes. And I just got lasered, so I'm just going to kill this kid real quick. Okay, I cannot catch a break, can I? I just got third-partied. Okay, so it doesn't really seem like I'm going to get a chance because I keep dying, so it doesn't seem like I'm going to get a chance right now to get to endgame, so I'm just going to calm to you through the map. So what you're going to want to do next is just get to here like we were planning on. As you can see, this guy is doing exactly that. And once you get to zone, you just want to follow the rest of the zone, and you want to wait till the first moving zone. And once you're to the first moving zone, you want to box up and just get in the first moving zone. Just get there. Focus. Your only focus should be getting there, because that's how you're going to get the most points. Because people are going to start dying off. Like, even if it's stacked, they're going to start dying off in that first moving zone. But once you are in, like, once you're past that and you're into the second moving zone, that's when you're going to want to look for a couple kills. If you're in solos, you want to play a little bit more passive, but you can still frag out. If you're in trios, obviously you're going to have someone that's going to be focusing on fragging out. Now, it's looking like this kid's going to die. Maybe not. Oh, I didn't realize he was healing. But, yeah, like, you want to, like, he's going to want to go as, like, rotate really fast, and then the next zone's going to be moving, so he's going to want to get in, and then once the second zone that's moving comes in, that's when you can start looking for kills. And endgame, that's when you're going to get most of your kills, because people are going to be dropping like flies, and once you get to placement, it's going to be pretty easy from there. You're just going to have to make sure you're aware. Make sure if you're in a trio game, your tarper's doing a good job of staying aware of what's going on around. If you're in solos, you got to do a lot more. You got to make sure you're getting into zone. You're staying like on a layer that's safe, and honestly, just make sure you get a couple kills. Honestly, kills will come when they have to. You don't have to focus on them. Especially with FNCS trios, you don't need to focus on getting kills, because unless you're like going for a key game in your first game when the lobbies are easy, getting kills aren't even that much worth it. Because if you get a win, that's 25 points of placement, and that means you're going to have to get 25 kills to make up for those points. So it's honestly just better to just stay alive. Now, that may be contrary to what other people are telling you, but trust me, if you just survive every game, you'll do fine. Now, think about the amount of times that you've died off spawn in FNCS, and think about how much better you would have done if you would have just made it to endgame. But yeah, that's really all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want me to go more in depth on any of the things I talked about, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.